So, the Chicago Sky are facing off against the Indiana Fever, and they're playing them a few times next year. I think they're playing 3 times in Indiana and twice in Chicago. And if you guys don't know, obviously the Chicago Sky do not play at the United Center. It's not their arena. I want to see what the and by the way, this game will sell out. United Center, Chicago. The United Center has a capacity of 23,000 people. Yes, 23,000 is what the capacity of the United Center is. So that's a serious amount of people. And they're playing 2 games in the United Center. Guess who both of them are against? The Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever. Like, both games are against the Indiana Fever. And it's like, everyone can make all of these things. And by the way, Jeff Bagliacca has not said, like, he has not gone out there and said people watch for Me Too and why can't the entire WNBA be on the cover of Time magazine? So I'm not gonna talk about it too much from like a hypocrisy standpoint, because there's none. There's none. Everybody knows the business. Wintrust Arena box shops will only be selling Wintrust Arena events. Wait, what is the Minnesota Lynx Stadium? Where do they play? Is it the Target Center? Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was. I blanked on that. But on the 26th of July has been moved. They literally changed a date. They changed the date of a game just so they could get it at the United Center. And y'all spoke, we listened. Tickets go on sale March the 11th. And yeah, it is going to be. There is going to be, I'm not joking here, 60-70% Indiana Fever fans. Like, it's going to be, there's going to be as much, like, we can never forget. Like, we can't forget, like, what happened last year at Barbie Night. But that's the good thing. Like, I am a fan of, as you guys might not be able to see from my mic, there is a Leeds United championship thing, like winners thing from the last time we won jersey. And like, that's the thing with football, is that a lot of the times there's away fans. The fact, I would love for there to be as many hardcore Chicago Sky fans there as possible, and as many Fever fans that can get tickets. It's great. That's why I don't like going to an American game where there's no away fans. There's no fans going nuts when the away team is losing, and there's just kind of random fans everywhere. Like, yeah, let's make it should be, if there's 11,000 of each, it would be crazy in terms of the way the fans are. But that's the thing, it's like, someone said instead of Caitlin Santini, this opportunity to grow women's basketball, Roddy is a way to attack Angel, where it's like, I think you can do both. It's good for women's basketball, but like, there is an obvious reason why the games are at the United Center. And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Like what's going to happen on the old Twitter app because of that game. And the Sky aren't bad. Like, for anyone thinking it's a foregone conclusion that the Sky, like, by the way, if the Sky did not make the Beck Allen trade and they just had Sloot, the number 3 pick, and Angel, Camilla, and Onyenwere was guaranteed starter, and they took Sonia Citron. Like, Sloot, Sonia Citron, Onyenwere, Reese, and Cardoso are not beating the Fever once. However, with Ariel Atkins, on any given game, the Sky could win. So it's going to be a game. Because the Fever have really struggled with Ariel Atkins last year. And it's one of those interesting things. But the fact that it's just the Fever, like, the only reason I keep making these videos is that people are still pushing. And like, we saw from one of the people that are so, like, you know, I'm pretty sure, like, if I'm misquoted, like, I might misquote this specific person, but amongst a group of people that are pushing AJ Wilson for face of the league is talking about how the media doesn't decide to face the league in the NBA. It's like, hey, you're trying to do it in the WNBA. And This is the Twitter rivalry. This is no longer a player rivalry on one side. If you're Angel Reese and there's extra motivation to pay Caitlin Clark, great. Same with Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Like, it's one of those things where, fair enough with these players, like, they might have some extra motivation, but there's no rivalry there. The Fever beat them 3 times last year. The one they lost was a meltdown, and the last one they won was by 30. It was by 30. Like, so I can't, until there's a close game, there's no rivalry. I'm sorry, nobody's talking about the Jalil Okafor Karl Anthony Towns rivalry, or the Kat Frank Kaminsky rivalry all these years. Nobody was talking about the freaking JJ Redick Adam Morrison rivalry when Adam Morrison was flaming out of league and JJ Redick was struggling to start off his career as well. And obviously, I'm not saying like Angel Reese is an all-star, Caitlin Clark's all for WNBA first team. I'm not going to argue either of those things, but like, they don't play the same position. They don't guard each other, even though if the Chicago Sky are smart, they should probably put Angel Reese guarding Caitlin Clark. But this is only a rivalry in terms of money, for how many people that the Chicago Sky can get. And it's a rivalry in terms of how many, in terms of Twitter. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's the video. Obviously, look, there's no hypocrisy in this one. They didn't, and what the Sky are not doing is doing what the Minnesota Lynx are doing, and forcing you to buy other tickets to go watch Caitlin Clark play, which I don't mind. I got no issue with the Sky. And like, the argument of the people watching for Me Too, like, I always want to make this a point where it's like, yes, there are people that are watching for Angel Reese. There's a lot of Angel Reese fans, but like, there are the amount, I always say, is for the growth of WNBA. It is 25% on the growth that was continuing, or was happening through the years, or let's go 15% on the like steady growth that was continuing. Let's go 3. I'll give Angel Reese 3%. I'll give the rest of the rookies 2%, and the 15% includes everyone who's in the WNBA prior to 2024, and then you go 80% Caitlin Clark, and that's just a fact. Like, Unrivaled will be pulling in 1 million viewers for Caitlin Clark games if Caitlin was playing. Like, that's just how big she is, even just in comparison to everyone else. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. More people, and the good thing is that more people can go and watch Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark in person next year, because there are 46,000 seats. Like, there are 46,000 seats for those 2 games, and you also have to take into account 46,000 and 16 by 3 is about 49,000. So there are nearly 100,000 seats available to watch Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. So if you really want to do it, go for it. Honestly, go for it. But anyway, that's the video. I'll see you guys.